What?
The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbb-radio.com.
Howdy, y'all, and welcome back to the show. That show being Tank Talk. This is Tank speaking into a microphone here out of Emerge Media Creators Co-op. And we have a special guest here today. I know Maranto, obviously Maranto on the ones and twos as always. Last week we were joined by nobody. But this week we have a very special guest. We are not alone this week. To my left, I'm joined by the one and only Arthur Morgan out of Blackwater. That is not Arthur Morgan. Here he is.
Hello, brother.
Dude, you had to go through a whole fucking journey to get here. You had to go through Tennessee. Now you're back in town.
Yeah, man. A lot of shit happened. You had to,
What? Pay your due diligence along the way. Take out some maybe not so innocent people. For those that don't know, it's a whole lot of Red Dead Redemption references. So this is actually not Arthur Morgan of Blackwater. It's Cowboy Bren.
What? Brother, Bren. What?
We're still figuring it out. Okay.
Yeah, we don't know.
He's going through a character phase right here. But I believe Cowboy.
Oh!
I believe Brother Bren is the narrative we're going on from here on out.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. It's awesome.
Brother Bren.
So for those that
Cowboy.
forget or didn't tune in last week, we mentioned that you took a little hiatus to Nashville, Tennessee. For those that may not have tuned in last week, and 2 weeks ago they seen Brother Bren, and now 2 weeks later they take a week off of Tank Talk and see you got a fucking cowboy hat on. Give a little background on how your trip was and how we got here.
So, long ride. I took a horse
Oh, he's got that.
all the way down. Went to the cap. No, I didn't. Political things. We won't go into it.
Oh,
Woo!
oh, no.
Yeah.
We can't have that.
Can't do
We
it.
can't. Took
What?
his horse to the fucking Capitol. This guy.
Took the
I,
little lady. Little lady.
Little lady, saddled it up,
Oh, boy.
gun slinging.
Woohoo!
What? Yeehaw! You know what I'm saying? But
So, all in all, it sounds like you had a good trip.
yeah, went to some bars.
Okay.
Went to see Johnny Cash himself. I don't know how.
Holy shit.
Man in Black, he was Ghost. Yeah,
All right, then.
yeah. Well, no, it was a good time.
It's great to hear.
Oh no, yeah.
And so we're going to have to get used to this character shift here. And as you got a quick sneak peek earlier, Branto got a little excited to get to Arthur Morgan. To his left, we are joined by Nola's dad, Buffalo Dill. He's back in the fucking building.
Hell yeah!
And he's got something
that
to
dog
he's got something to tell all of you if you don't agree with what jersey he's wearing. Boop. Morning.
Boom!
And this is for those of you that ain't got no dog in them. You bums.
Fuck you guys.
Dummy. Yeah.
That's it.
You know, it feels good. It's a little different. You guys.
Just in case he's watching,
Okay.
I made that. I don't want you guys to get in trouble.
What are you talking about? He's right here.
Yeah,
What are
but
you
if
talking
he
about?
doesn't like the character that we've created, it's my fault. You guys didn't have nothing to do with it. I did it on my own. Nobody prompted me. He could beat the crap out of you, but he can't beat the crap out of me because I'm an old man. He'll kill me.
Actually, can you cut back to him?
He's calling us off.
If you ever seen South Park, he looks just like Ike.
Oh no.
You know what I'm talking about? Kyle's little brother. That's what it looks like.
Still crying that the queen died.
Still crying. That's why he's a little sensitive right now.
Kyle, she's dead.
Fuck you, Kyle!
The queen is dead. I was just watching. South Park still has the fucking fastball. I was just
This
watching the
season of
new
South Park
episodes.
was
Holy
really
shit.
good. If you ever watched
They
it,
don't miss.
Sometimes it's not great, but this season has been tremendous.
Please
I've enjoyed
tune in.
this season immensely.
Please tune in. But yeah, it feels good that we got the crew back. Kind of, sort of.
Yo.
We're figuring it out. Better than nobody, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, plenty and plenty going on in the NFL world right now. Sports world is on fire. NBA playoffs happening. Baseball is happening, which I won't dive into it till All-Star break. So
Yeah, we don't need to.
kind of just got to mention it because it's happening.
It's here, but don't care.
Don't care about it.
Not that much, really.
I know the Pirates are actual team now again.
It's been, the first month? I don't care.
Shout out to the Pirates, man. They're back. I know the Rays started off like 13-0 or some shit.
That sounds like them.
Got no payroll or nothing. Making this shit work.
Nothing.
As we are making this show work, let's start off by, making the people at home better gamblers.
What?
Because that's what we're trying to do day in and day out. Trying to be better gamblers. And we got to pay the bills. So why not make the best profit as you possibly can off your sports bets with the help of our friends over at Betstamp. Betstamp is the best sports gambling tool in the game and provides you the best odds in the market from all eligible sports books in your state. And it also helps you track each bet across each platform. For example, let's dive into it. I know Brother Bren, Cowboy Bren, will figure out what you will be called from here on out here. That's pretty much up to you at this point. You mentioned since you've been away, you haven't really been tuned into the NBA.
No.
So let me catch you up to speed.
All right, let's hear it.
The Nets don't stand a chance against the Sixers.
Yeah, too young.
Pretty much.
Yep.
The Bucks lost their first game to the Miami Heat.
Oh.
Tyler Hero broke his hand, and
I heard about that.
Giannis might be out with a back contusion.
I heard Tyler Hero took a shot with the broken hand. Terrible shot.
Well, I would.
But he shot it nonetheless. So
I would expect.
shout out him
with a broken hand. But yeah, shout out. He's got. Dylan, what do you got to say about that? He's got the dog in him. Fuck you.
That's it.
So yeah, Giannis is out with a back contusion. So we'll see if he's even going to come back.
Another year with injuries for the Bucks is what you're telling me.
Yeah, probably. It's not looking good. The Kings beat the Warriors in Sacramento's first home playoff game in 16 years. The beam was lit.
Had to be. First playoff game? Had to be.
That place was fucking electric.
Good team.
And I had to compare it, I had to give my fiance Nadia a better idea of what was happening 'cause she doesn't follow basketball. So I pretty much compared it to, like, if this was the Buffalo Bills' first home playoff game back from their drought, basically.
Yeah, that's a good comparison, actually.
So, that's pretty much what's happening there. De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk went off. I think they scored 70 points combined. What else happened? The Lakers beat up on the Grizzlies. Ja Morant got hurt. His future of the series is in question.
Sounds about right.
AD got hurt in the middle of the game, but he came back.
That sounds about right.
Couldn't feel his arm, but he came back. What am I missing?
Yeah, Suns.
Suns lost to the Clippers. First game, the Suns lost with Kevin Durant in their lineup. I think Kevin Durant's 7th straight playoff loss.
So, Westbrook revenge game on KD.
You're saying that's what that was?
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, you can't really.
That's what he said.
Yeah, basically, he did guard him most of the game. He only made, I think, like 3 shots though.
Russ or KD?
Russ did, but he had an impact on the rest of the game though. So if you're looking at the box score, you'd be like, "What the fuck happened here?" But he really made an impact on defensively and whatnot.
Listen, that makes sense. If you can't score, figure out your role.
You're damn right. So, hey, you're catching up to speeder. Okay,
I know a thing or two.
He's back. What else happened? Who else is in the East? Pull it up real quick. Celtics whooped on the Hawks. I think that series is pretty much just about over. Even though Celtics were up by like 30-something at one point, but the Atlanta Hawks cut it down to like 13.
Yeah, a lot of threes probably.
Yeah.
Knicks and Cavs.
Knicks and Cavs, that was a really good game. The New York Knicks come out, sneak a win out of Cleveland there, and I think we're all caught up.
I think that'll be a good series.
The Nuggets.
Oh.
Yeah, this series is pretty much over. I know. Listen. There's 7 games in the series, okay? And the series is never over in one game, but Timberwolves, I don't think, stand a chance against Jokic and the Nuggets.
Nah, no way.
So, yeah, that's pretty much what's going on in the NBA playoffs right now, but back trying to make money for the people watching and listening at home.
Let's do it.
Tonight, let's spread the bread. Cha-ching. We're going to go over to Sacramento. Probably one of the most electric crowds in basketball I've seen in a while.
Has to be.
Snuck away with one the other night. Steph Curry missed a clutch shot, which we got to give our flowers. And Max Kellerman a couple years ago called it. Said when it comes down to it, you don't want Steph Curry to take that last shot. Okay? You want fucking Andre Iguodala to take that 3.
What?
You remember that?
Yeah. Everyone was like, this guy, he's lost it.
He was ahead of his time.
Ahead of his time, actually.
Max Kellerman. All jokes aside, we know that Steph Curry, he ain't going to forget about that one.
He's not.
So looking at the lines here. The Warriors are the favorite at -2, and the Kings are +2.5 dogs. The best odds, if you like Golden State, is -114 on FanDuel. And if you kind of shop around the rest of the books, they pretty much got Caesars has -2 at -115. That's you get a little better value out of FanDuel there at -114. But then the rest of the books pretty much have the Warriors at -2.5, which I don't really know if you want to risk that extra half a point to get slightly better odds, but I think you would rather go with the -2, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You like the Warriors tonight to bounce back on the road?
It's just tough. It's tough.
It is.
It's a tough series, but I think they'll get it done.
I really don't see the Kings going up 2-0 on them. That's kind of tough. I don't know. Like
the experience will catch up.
Yeah, it's still going to be competitive, but I don't think you're going to see Curry miss a clutch shot like that in this game. So we are going to go with the Warriors -2 on FanDuel at -114.
There it is.
Got it booked in, ladies and gentlemen. So head over to FanDuel. Take that Warriors -2. But before you head over to FanDuel, if you're watching on YouTube here, click the link in our description, which will take you directly to a list of our favorite sports books that we gamble with and a promo code to sign up with a Betstamp, which I will tell you right in a second. But before we get there, what we just did there is what we like to call line shopping, ladies and gentlemen. And Betstamp is the best place to do that. Betstamp also provides a marketplace where you can follow other good gamblers and see what the hot picks are. Follow our show on there at TankTalk_pod to see how we're doing and take our pick of the night. So what are you waiting for? Become Betstamp verified today by downloading Betstamp using the promo code TANK. TANK. Thanks, Nola's dad.
He really hit it this time.
He really did it.
Right on time, too.
Lips moving.
That's
yeah.
It's kind of good.
Ventriloquist. What?
Use promo code TANK when you sign up to find the best odds in the market and start betting like a pro. So the Warriors, man, I think I don't see them going down 2-0 against the Kings. But that's the NBA, ladies and gentlemen. The playoffs have been electric. Superstars are playing. Kawhi Leonard pretty much showed that he doesn't have to play in the regular season. He's a playoff player.
Comes in when it counts.
That's right.
That's it. That's all I got to say about Kawhi.
I thought you were going to add a little more into there.
No, just like his season. He wasn't there. It was empty.
Well said. So let's move on to the NFL now.
Finally.
There's a whole lot we got to recap here or pretty much touch on. I know it's been about 2 weeks since we actually talked about football, really, so let's hop right into it.
Mostly just rumors.
It's mostly been rumors.
She said.
Like Michael Lombardi says, it's lying season in the NFL. A lot of teams,
smoke screens.
Yeah, smoke screens are getting thrown out there. A lot of shit storms are brewing here.
Whoa.
A lot of teams are putting out narratives, so other teams think that team, if you're following along here, a lot of teams are throwing out narratives for this one team to think that this one player isn't good enough, so this team will look in a different direction than this player and go with a different player. And while behind the scenes, this team is following to go get this player and so forth. You see the numbers mixing and matching there. That's what this NFL offseason has been like.
I'm a little dizzy since you just did that. I was following along.
So you might be a little dizzy seeing the digits here on the new contract that was signed.
Big number.
So if you want to pull up this tweet, Moranto, of the news that broke today, the Eagles, per Ian Rappaport, and Jalen Hurts agreed to terms on a 5-year, $225 million contract extension that makes him the highest paid player in the NFL in history. In history.
What?
This guy right there, that
guy
fucking
right there?
That's
dog.
what he did when he signed the contract. He went, yeah.
I mean,
he made that exact
how would you react differently? You know what I mean? So his agent Nicole Lynn agent Nicole Lynn did the deal, which includes.
That's what that includes. Damn,
I almost threw up reading this. Number. Here.
Unbelievable number right there.
179.304 million in guarantees, with a no trade clause.
Say it again.
I don't know if I can. You imagine that?
That's guarantee money.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now, what confuses me is that I seen other reporters say that not all of it is guaranteed there. So what the fuck is? Can we work on these reports, please? Can we get a certain stamp on what these guys are making? Not I don't want to be in nobody's pockets, but just as a fan speculating, we kind of want to know these things here.
So is that guaranteed with the incentives of if he gets MVP,
See,
if
that's
he
what
gets
I'm
this many
saying.
touchdowns?
255 is
I'm
not
saying.
guaranteed, but
No.
one something.
No.
Is guaranteed. That's still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Is it a endorsement deal as
Man,
well?
just don't even go to work.
Yeah.
Just
I'm feeling a little sore today.
you see a bunch of guys running, just just lay down. That's it. I don't want to get hurt. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, so it's well deserved. Shout out Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, no, he deserves it.
He went from being what some people said went from being a scrub to being the highest paid player in NFL history.
Yeah.
So a lot of it has to involve Shane Steichen, him lifting him up in that one season. He pretty much worked with him. 1 or 2 seasons he's worked with him, brought him to.
Even Mahomes thought it was a good deal.
Yes, yeah, a lot of the players are happy about this.
Well, he got a lot of shit, man. That really? Didn't you know? I felt like he just got there was a lot of hate out there for this poor guy.
For no reason.
And then he showed up and he proved everybody wrong. I know he didn't win, but the Super Bowl, but still he
still got there. I mean,
he still put up numbers. Yeah.
It was a hell of a performance. He outperformed every
they
player.
didn't lose
that was
because of
out there.
him. That's for sure.
Oh, you're damn right.
And if he hadn't got hurt, I still think he would have been the MVP.
Oh.
What does Darius Butler say? If fifths were
Yeah, it was some kind of bullshit
something like that.
Wishes were horses or something.
If fifths were ifs, we'd all be drunk. That's what he says. So that's one of those scenarios. But if we go back to the screen here, here's a breakdown of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league right now. In new money average per year, you got Jalen Hurts today, obviously $51 million. Okay, so this is what he's going to be making per year for the next 5 years.
Wow.
$51 million. Then you got Rodgers at 49. Kyler Murray, Nola's dad's favorite quarterback in the league, 46.1. Deshaun Watson with 46. Mahomes 45. Allen 43. And then you got Jones, Stafford, and Prescott all making 40 a year. So, what's your thoughts? Quick thoughts on this? Even though it's a lot of people are pretty much on these players and their money and everything. We'll probably never see money like this in our lives. So,
yeah,
as a person, an average person like us, looking at these numbers is holy fuck, you can't be mad at any of this if you're one of the players.
Can't.
But just based off of the quarterback play and what we see on the field, what's your first thoughts when you see this list?
Well, I first think he deserves it. 1, 2, next quarterback up. That's what usually happens. They become the top paying quarterback.
Right.
That's just the market. So that leads into Lamar and the others. How are they going to get paid?
And that was going to be my next point. So the next 3 you automatically think of. Lamar, obviously, right now.
Boom.
Herbert.
Boom.
And Burrow.
Boom.
So which one of those 3 is going to top Jalen Hurts on this list right here? If you had to pick one.
Me personally, Burrow. Got to. Lamar doesn't have an agent. That hurts him. So no one's going to want to pay him that because business-wise. Justin Herbert hasn't really accomplished as much as you'd want him to for that money.
Right.
So it's like past few years, I'm not saying Lamar doesn't deserve to be first, but win some, you lose some.
That's right. And I do agree with you that Burrow's probably going to be the next one up, just based off of out of the three, the track records and everything, even though Lamar has the MVP and everything. But I don't know, man. Like, if you take any three off of their teams, they're not really shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that goes to show something there.
Also, depth-wise, the three teams, Lamar has so much less.
100% right. You're 100%
So it's like,
right.
But also he's hurt more than the other two.
I don't know, because a lot of people base it off of different aspects of their play and like stats and everything. What would you base it off of if you're one of these owners, right? And you had to pay one guy, who would it be and why? Basically is what I'm asking.
So I'm picking one of the three for my team and paying them to be
whatever. You don't got to be a certain
max
number, but to be the highest paid, yeah.
The highest paid is what you're saying, because I would look at
because one of those three is gonna get that.
Because I would look at what they bring to the team, and how I would value them to the team, and then I would look at the list of the money that we just had on screen.
And compare it to those players, or
yeah.
Would you also take into consideration like accolades in a way? Like, what have you done for the team, and how far of a success track have you had with this team and for our organization? Or do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. That's tough.
Because like you mentioned, Herbert they really haven't gone nowhere. His play is phenomenal, but they still haven't gone nowhere. I know it's a team sport and everything, but just based off of that. Burrow, was it his second year to the Super Bowl, or was that his third year?
Third.
Brought him to the Super Bowl, pretty much made them irrelevant to relevant every single year he's been in the league.
Might have been second. Who knows?
Yeah, I think it was the second. Just like Hurts.
Yeah.
They lose the Super Bowl, obviously, but if they had 0.1 seconds more of protection on the line, it'd probably been a long shot to Jamar Chase for a touchdown to win the damn thing. So you got to – regardless, they lost, okay?
Lost either way.
Doesn't change nothing. And then Lamar pretty much made the playoffs every single year he's been in the league except for one, I think, right? They're always in the division race when he's playing and he's healthy. We've seen what they could do without him. Not really jack shit. He's got an MVP second year in the league. I don't know. It's so fucking tough to me.
It also depends on the organization.
Right.
And how they value, okay, are we going to pay the quarterback and then leave the rest of the team in the dust, kind of like what Kansas City did, even though they're still winning? Or do you want like a base for salary?
Right. I mean, there's always
kind of like the Ravens.
Yeah, there's
more
always
of a
ways
business aspect.
There's ways to work around the contract. I mean, obviously we've seen what the Chiefs and Mahomes have been doing, because he had the highest paid in history or whatever for a short stint, but they're able to stretch it out and be able to pay their other guys and whatever. So I don't know. But if you had asked me who's getting that next contract, it's probably going to be the next big one to be on top. It's probably going to be Burrow. I just don't know if Lamar will get the same numbers as Jalen Hurts, as it kind of pains me to say.
Yeah.
But someone's got to talk to him and be like, okay, listen, this is the market for Hurts, right? This is just what he got. Brought their team to the Super Bowl, outplayed everybody else, and this is his numbers. Obviously, you got the MVP and everything.
But as Lamar, I would say, look at his supporting cast and look at mine.
Also that. I don't know. That's why it's so fucking tricky.
It's tough. Man. It's tough. Because I would say Burrow will get paid first, and then Justin Herbert will be relative, but he won't be over that number.
Before Lamar, though? Because I feel like Lamar's got to get – it's got to get done this year.
It will.
I just don't know what the number is. If I had to guess, it's going to fall between 1 and 4. Or no, it might be slightly under Mahomes. I don't know.
Yeah, leave that.
It's so tough of a call, man.
Because he wanted comparatively Deshaun Watson numbers.
Right.
But that was mostly guarantees.
Right.
But I would say give him roughly near that per year.
I would say
and then the other two would be over that.
Those Deshaun Watson numbers don't make any sense.
They don't.
So I feel like when you think about Deshaun Watson, I wouldn't even I know he's in the list, but I think when these guys are talking,
it's just asterisk
no
next to
one's
his
paying
list,
attention. Like, no one's basing it. The players and their agents are like, hey, Deshaun Watson made this, so I need to make more. I get that. But there's so many other guys in the list that are right around there. I don't think, like, Deshaun, I don't think that even comes in the conversation. I don't know what that is. That's such a weird thing that they did. They overspent. But I think you're right. I think it's Burrow, been to a Super Bowl. I know they're the same age, so the age does, they're both 26. So you can't say, well, one's got a few. Burrow's.
They're all relatively the same age, yeah.
Yeah. Burrow also got to a Super Bowl and really could have made it to a Super Bowl again. And he definitely looked like he was the guy to beat, So I think Lamar deserves money, but I just don't think he's going to get it. But he definitely deserves more than Herbert. Like, they've done nothing.
Right.
He's good, okay. But there's a lot of guys that are pretty good. Like, I got to show you he's got to win a big game. He hasn't won a big game yet, right?
What does Nola's dad say? You got to show me something.
Yeah. Got to get that dog in you, right?
Pretty much.
But what I will say, though, every time they lost, it wasn't because of them. It wasn't because of their play. You know what I mean?
Who, the Chargers you talking about?
Just all three of them.
All three of them.
Like, it wasn't based on their play, like, oh, you stunk this game, that's why we lost.
Like it normally comes down to it. Even though lately Herbert, what's our last playoff memory of him? Losing a 27-point lead.
Is that because of him or is that because of his team?
You're right, but it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
He didn't keep scoring in that game.
Also, there was pressure on him, so it's like it's a team game.
It is, but yeah,
I'm just saying
you pretty much have an argument for everything,
Yeah.
What was I just about to say though?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on it. I just don't. If you're Lamar, I think at this point you got to get an agent because look what an agent just did for Jalen Hurts, who, like I just said, a lot of people were saying he went from a scrub to being probably a top 3 quarterback in this league.
Yeah.
That's a lot of it came from him and his dedication and loyalty and hard work to the game. But nonetheless, you can't really get into those negotiations without an agent.
You can't. Because they know the right thing to say and when to say it.
Right. And also, with that being said, too, there was another report that came out today was that back in September, the Baltimore Ravens offered him $200 million guaranteed. Which I don't know if that's true or not because I feel like we would have heard about that at this point.
Yeah, someone would have known.
That, and you think the Ravens would be coming out and saying, like, because there's so much backlash hitting their way.
They'd be like, look at this.
Yeah, like, they would be like, yo, like, we
tried.
We tried offering him $200 million. I don't know what you guys
they definitely would have come out and said
that.
Yeah.
They definitely would have said that.
But another thing, too, I think Michael Lombardi mentioned today was that, or Ian Rappaport mentioned today was that they really do love him and they don't want to make him look bad.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
And they are really trying to get him back in there, but I guess communication has been weird. Mainly because there's no agent, no man in the middle to be discussing.
To be the peacemaker.
Boom. Like John Cena.
What?
Maybe you should hire John Cena as his agent.
That'd be awesome.
Maybe that.
Probably not.
I don't know how that would work.
Just give him his agent.
Shout out to the Eagles and getting the Jalen Hurts deal done.
Smart.
They
Deserves
are going to be good for a while.
Yeah.
They're pretty much here to stay at the top of the NFC. We're going to have to keep an eye out next week and see what they're going to fucking do with those 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
According to my mock draft 1.0, they'll be getting Nolan Smith and Bijan Robinson.
Oh.
But will that change? Because there could be – I know I said there was no other mock I will be releasing, but some things have been changing. There's been some new rumors and shit.
Rumors?
We're starting to learn some things. So there might be another mock. We'll get to that later on in the show. Okay?
Hey.
But the other latest in the National Football League happening right now. There was rumors a couple months ago, back when free agency started. Actually, 1 month ago. It feels like it's been months ago, hasn't it?
It's been a long month.
The Minnesota Vikings were looking to shop their running back Dalvin Cook.
Oh.
Put him up on the trade block, I guess. No deals ended up happening. Miami Dolphins drew a ton of interest from the jump, as that's his – I don't know if that's his hometown. It's his home state. I forget if he's from Miami or what, but –
Yeah, I can't remember. I think he's from
home state for sure.
Yeah.
Been rumors lately, the past couple days. They don't really want to pay him his money, and they want to take that cap hit off, so they're potentially might be looking to release him.
Because no one wants to pay the running backs anymore.
Not unless your name's like I always say, unless your name is Derrick Henry or Jonathan Taylor, you're probably not getting paid.
Hell no.
Because I think Dalvin Cook, he got paid 2 seasons ago.
I was about to say it was either
2020, 3 seasons ago,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
You got no thoughts on that?
I mean, that's their business, you know? They're like,
Well, what's your thoughts on the whole running back thing? I mean, why isn't the value there, Brennan? Why not?
because it's a passing game now. And I feel like there's more talent at running back than there ever was. So it's like, we'll figure it out at running back.
You know, that's a big statement. You know how many all-time greats have come out the past couple years?
Hey, running backs will be running backs.
Okay.
Is what the league is saying.
So, if he gets released, who's signing him? I know that I just mentioned that the Dolphins were the top potential landing spot for when he was on the trade block. Where do you see him going?
Got a few teams.
Okay, sure.
Maybe a couple.
Let's hear it. What's in the cowboy hat you got?
One, just cause of his brother.
Oh, boy.
Buffalo Bills. Just cause. Why not? Wouldn't you want to play with your brother? Yes. Don't answer that, because you're a jerk.
Dude, come on.
Just playing. Just
I
playing.
didn't know what I was going to say.
Just playing, dude.
Dude, whenever we're on the same team, we win. That's just how it goes.
We usually do. But usually they don't let us be on the same team, so.
They know how the fuck it goes down.
What? But, yeah, the Bills, because of his brother. The Buccaneers. You know what? Let's just reload.
Good. It's interesting.
It is interesting. Also in the state of Florida.
That's a good point.
Instead of Miami.
Tampa Bay is in Florida.
Yes.
Plenty of Florida men down there.
Yeah. Let me see.
You would know.
Oh. Since they got rid of Zeke.
Oh, shit.
Cowboys.
That'd be kind of wild.
It would be. Would be kind of wild.
But I feel like, I don't know, it depends on the money situation, because I feel
It
like
does depend on the money.
Because if Dallas didn't want to pay Zeke, then why would they pay Dalvin, you know? That's just my thought.
But also,
Like, I'm not shooting it down. Like, anything could fucking happen.
will he be willing to take a pay cut to possibly win a Super Bowl. Yeehaw,
I don't know,
brother.
potentially. But I did see the other day, because a lot of people have been connecting him with the Buffalo Bills. I guess there was a quote. He said this at some point. I don't know if it was recent or what. But he doesn't want to play on the same team as James because he wants James to have his own team.
Makes sense.
So when I seen that, I'm like, okay, well, Buffalo's probably out of the picture. And plus, they don't like to spend money anymore. So.
I was about to say we probably weren't going to get him anyways because we stink. So
Jeez.
we don't want to pay no one. Just pay someone. Not Jordan Poyer, who's old. He's probably going to get injured at least 3 games in the week.
Shout out to Frank. I seen it at Walden Galleria today. We're talking about it. Saying they should just sell out like we were talking. Just buy a Super Bowl. So, Frank, you said you were going to tune in today. You got your shout out. So, fucking be happy. If your name's Frank, I can't remember.
Oh,
To be Frank. Sorry.
I
I think that's your name.
To be frank.
Shout out Frank, man. But anyway. Yeah, I don't see Dalvin heading to Buffalo. Just after reading that quote. But
They just spent all this money on running backs, right?
We didn't.
I don't think they spent money on him.
I see them spending money on a running back.
Shoot.
They just got
It's the most.
Damian Harris.
Damian Harris. And then
Oh, yeah, you're right.
so I just feel like, and they don't use them anyway. Even whether
They don't.
should or not, I don't like.
Damn, they just signed him. They can't use him yet.
No, the guy
Just give Damian a break.
Last year, the new guy.
Naeem.
Yeah, like he fumbled in the first game, and then they like mean him for like the next 2 weeks.
You're mean.
That-
And he didn't play bad, but they don't. It doesn't feel like they have any real commitment to the run game.
Well, that's because he's a special teamer, and we like keeping those players aside.
Well, I'll tell you this, too. Just knowing Naeem Hines, him coming from my team. I know I'm wearing the Bills hoodie today, but fucking Colts fan heart. You know what I mean? They didn't utilize him correctly, and I feel like the same thing is just happening in Buffalo. He's got to be on the field almost every other play. Even if you throw him in the slot, he could easily be a slot receiver.
Easily.
Can make plays in the backfield.
Easily.
As you guys seen last season, the 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown, special teamer. So he could pretty much do it all. But he's got it. No matter where you put him, he needs more playing time, in my opinion.
Some jet sweeps with them.
And shout out to Naeem for getting a new number today, Agent 0.
Oh,
Cool.
he got it. All right.
I'm getting a jersey ASAP.
That's
That's
awesome.
fucking awesome. What's your thoughts on players wearing 0? We missed that last week while you guys were gone.
We needed it. That's all I got to say. We needed it.
Something different.
We needed it. If anyone could wear singles, hey.
Why not 0?
Why not 0?
I think Calvin Ridley was the first player.
Crazy.
So hold on, now I'm thinking real quick. Who's all the players that committed to wearing number 0? Let's take a quick Google search. NFL players wearing 0.
You mean Calvin Ridley on the Jaguars?
That's right.
Meow.
And he said don't get it twisted. He gambled last season, but he didn't lose all of them, okay? I guess there were some parlays that he did win.
Well, I was about to say. The number represents how many teams he's going to gamble on.
Smart.
None.
Oh.
He said,
Not no more.
None.
He's in Florida anyway, so he can't. So
Can't do it.
smart. That's very
He
smart.
doubled down.
Very smart of him. But I can't get the list of. I guess there's no sources or anything to have it up. But I know off the top of my head we got Naeem Hines, Calvin Ridley, Paris Campbell. I think that's it off of my memory at least.
What team's Campbell on?
The Giants.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sneaky pickup. They also got Bobby Okereke, you remember.
The Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He changed his number too. I forget what it is. It's not 0.
It's probably something weird.
Campbell's wearing it.
Yeah, interesting team, the Giants. Interesting team.
I don't know where they're going to go because now, I mean, kind of funny that you bring him up because here's another running back. He got franchise tagged, but he didn't sign off on it, so he will not be attending the off-season workout programs. Saquon Barkley.
They actually have two. They're a defensive tackle. Lawrence.
Dexter, right?
Yeah.
They call him Sexy Dexy.
What?
Who calls him that?
The Giants fans do. I don't know. He calls himself that, too.
You think Daboll comes in?
I think Noel's dead. I mean,
Sorry, sexy, whatever. Okay, sorry.
what do you think of that?
That's a terrible name.
Pause. That's what he would say.
Probably.
Say,
He'd be like, hey, whoa!
Yo, pause.
Woo. Hey.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with them. Because obviously they had a pretty good season with Dayball there, but now I feel like they set the expectations too high that they got to make the playoffs every year. So I feel like this year might be a letdown for them, but who am I to say? It's too early to tell, but
And New York fans are such, great fans. They're so patient
they're
and
amazing.
caring.
The nicest fans I've
The
heard.
nicest
Get out of
fans.
here!
I hate you, and I hate your children, and they're just
Go fuck yourself, Dayball.
the only fans worse than New York fans are Philadelphia fans. Philadelphia fans are jerks especially like in hockey. Like they're awful. They're
Boston
awful
fans.
when their teams are bad. They're awful fans. They're nasty people.
Boston fans are too.
Boston fans are too.
Brutal.
Yeah, they're not. There's something, all right.
Stupid accent.
Just Northeast probably.
Get out of here!
Northeast teams.
Oh, just wait to see if they don't end up getting Aaron Rodgers. What's the reaction going to be out of there?
Oh, that's gonna be hilarious if they don't get him.
I think we'll get everything's after the draft, which is a week and a half away.
About 10 days away. But before we get to some draft talk, there's another big rumor happening. Or story brewing. Buda Baker out of the Arizona Cardinals plays safety, all-pro. Request a trade. So Arizona, he sees the writing on the wall there. He doesn't want to deal with the boom explosives.
Pew, 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 pew.
Shots. He doesn't want to deal with any of that.
Also, they're kind of rebuilding.
In a way, yeah.
Like they got their quarterback, maybe if he likes him. See how that marriage turns out.
We won't find out till October.
Exactly. And even then, does this year really even count? Because he's going to be injured. He's not going to be able to fully be himself.
Right. I don't know. He was just squatting like 500 pounds the other day, so I feel like his recovery's going well.
The
Also,
guy
Michael
you don't
Thomas
like
was,
visited
too.
Indianapolis today, by the way.
Guy that I don't like.
The guy you don't want.
Oh, Will Levis. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
I'm
Not
looking at the
Willie.
NFL rumors of the day.
Oh.
So
Also,
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to the draft stuff.
go back to Buda. One of the
Yeah.
best names in the league.
Got-
Buda Baker.
Got a cool name. I don't think that's his real name, but it might as well be at this point.
That's a hell of a name.
He's with the piece, but only off the field. You know what I'm saying?
Baking. On the field.
Boom. But now they're saying that they're not going to fucking trade him. That's pretty much what they said. They pretty much said, dummy, we're trying to build around you.
Dummy.
But
He said, fuck you guys. I want out.
if we were able to play the clip, I would. But we know, just based off the Hard Knocks, I only watched that one episode. He's passionate, man. He's the heart and soul of that defense, at least. Maybe even the whole team.
Oh.
For the clip I'm talking about, though, he's pretty much got the group huddle in the locker room after a loss. Pretty much not yelling, but emphasizing that he's sick of losing at home and sick of losing in general, and they got to change shit around. So, and they got to wake the fuck up, which they're still sleeping.
Still sleeping.
So we'll see what happens there. If you had to pick a potential landing spot for him, who could you see him suiting up for next season if he does get traded?
I know. I'm trying to look here.
Let me tell you one.
All right, go ahead.
if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, he lost C.J. Garner-Johnson to the Lions.
Yeah.
He's someone. Would you go potentially pursue Buda Baker? Howie, what's his last name? Sorry.
Who?
The GM. Howie, dude.
Oh, it starts with the R.
Mm-hmm. It's not Rosenthal, is it? It might be.
It might be.
Shout out Howie, man. Fucking executive of the year. Why not go after Buda Baker, replace C.J. Garner-Johnson? But I guess they're saying the asking price would be second round pick. I mean, why not? Fucking send it right over.
Why not?
You know,
that's easy.
Yeah. If you had asked me, I could see the Eagles making a play at him. What say you?
I'm looking here.
Good.
I don't even know who would. Because who has the money? Plus the need for a safety. I guess I don't know these rosters right now. Like the Raiders? They need every defensive back ever. They just need something back there. I'll go with the Raiders.
Okay.
Get some emotion back there. Something. 'Cause their defense stinks.
Raiders, I can see that. I mean, they were in play for Jordan Poyer. That's what the rumor was, at least.
Rumor mill.
Them and the Dolphins. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep an eye on, see what happens. Maybe he gets drafted or traded draft night.
That'd be wild.
I feel like there's gonna be a few other trades during draft night as well. It's gonna be fucking bananas.
It might be one of the craziest drafts.
Well, last year we had A.J. Brown get traded, Hollywood Brown get traded.
You think Rodgers gets done draft night? You think it gets done after?
If anything, it might happen on draft night. Adam Schefter and them were saying potentially night one, but you got to take their words with a grain of salt at this point. So I have no idea. But if you're asking me right now, what you are, and I had an answer, it probably would be draft night.
Wow.
Because I guess originally, obviously Green Bay wanted the Jets' first round 13th overall pick. But which I guess the rumor was that the Jets agreed to up until they had their meeting with him and found out that he was 90% retired before going into the darkness retreat. So they're kind of iffy about taking him if they're only going to get him on a one-year plan and he's going to retire. So I think that's why it's taking so long at this point now.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to give up too much just for him to play one season there. Because if you know you only get one season there, it's Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah.
And it's most likely going to be a bust.
Yeah. Especially in the AFC.
Right.
NFC could have gotten away with it. But too many good teams in the AFC.
Too bad the damn Jets ain't in the NFC now. Oh! And now in it.
In it? Yeah, but because do they draft a quarterback then?
I don't think you do.
And if so, like, who?
I don't think you do. You gotta.
Or you just wait until next season?
Shit, you might have to ride with Zach Wilson, bro.
Get Matt Ryan?
Wilson was there today.
Oh.
It's working out.
Working out today.
I think 29 of the teams had their off-season workouts today. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
the voluntary ones?
because you could have arguments for each side on who has the leverage here. But now I also think that Green Bay kind of lost leverage, not the more that I think about it, when they let him go visit with the Jets before even agreeing to anything.
Yeah.
Which Michael Lombardi also mentioned today.
Because they probably set him a whole plan like, hey, if you're going to stay multiple years, we got this, and this up in line.
Yeah, maybe.
If you want 1 year, that's going to be tough, but we'll make it work. But that has to be on their end for us to get what we want for the 1 year.
Yeah, so what do you think the compensation will be? It's got to be, if I were them, I'd probably send them like 2 second rounds.
You probably.
Fuck it.
Or a second and a third for this season.
Yeah, second and a third. I just don't think Green Bay is going to get first. That's way out of the window now. Which they're obviously, like I just mentioned, they're kind of hell bent on getting that now after it was originally agreed upon, allegedly. So, yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out, but nonetheless, he won't be showing up to any like workouts or anything till May anyway. So, shit, we might even be waiting till then. And then
another month,
and then the Jets would have to trade their next year picks and potentially draft. Like they would if they do have Aaron Rodgers. So kind of get like either a weapon or offensive lineman at 13 or something.
Well, I think they need offensive lineman regardless of who's at quarterback, just to protect them. So it's like you got to protect the quarterback, no matter who it is.
Got to protect them.
You know?
Just like how this certain team is protecting their land because it's the name of their damn team.
What?
The Commanders have sold to the ownership group of the 76ers for $6 billion. But there hasn't been any pen to paper yet. So the word is that there's another group, I forget this gentleman's name, but he says he's got $7 billion cash to buy out the Commanders. His name is not Jeff Bezos. I know that.
Oh.
So the Commanders will potentially be sold for between $6 to $7 billion. They have new ownership group. We'll see where they go from there. There's word of them potentially wanting to build a stadium in D.C.
We'll have to see who the new owner is to get where they want to put the stadium.
Yeah, well, I guess because they need a new one because that shit is
it's the worst stadium all time.
It almost
it's fine.
It just needs a paint. Coat of paint. It's fine.
Needs some duct tape. It almost collapsed on the guy that got paid today, Jalen Hurts. He would have got another paycheck if he would have got hurt. If that shit would have collapsed.
Hurt. Ha.
Anyway, like we mentioned,
that franchise has got a lot of work to do.
No kidding.
I mean, they just got everything wrong with them, right?
Basically.
Team-wise, not really.
They kind of got a good core.
Great core, actually.
It's
just
that
so sad.
Organization's got a lot of challenges ahead of them.
Yeah, the organization stinks.
They don't have a good. I mean, and people tend to like in sport in any sport. I feel like when a team gets a new owner, they just get no respect, or there's people don't have any like the players, the league. Nobody seems to have confidence in them until they kind of show that they're gonna. You know what I mean?
Until they prove themselves,
Until they prove themselves that they're like, you know, because I feel like even the owners are kind of like, who do you think you are joining our club?
Who do you think you are?
You know, like that kind of thing. And then a lot of players are reluctant to go to a new owner in every sport. Like you see it in basketball, you see it in, you know, even like European soccer. Like
you don't know.
Guys are like kind of like, I want to see what somebody else to try. So it's harder for them to get deals in some of these trades too, because nobody wants to be the first guy to go. You know,
I can see that.
And again, they got a stadium which is older than.
We're 10 days away from the draft, as we mentioned, and just want to say I put out my mock draft 1.0 and probably my last one, but maybe not now.
Maybe not.
Have to wait and see.
But we got 10 days.
So if we take a quick trip to Twitter, real quick, Maranto. A few days ago, Pat McAfee Show had Peter Schrager on, just talk about his thoughts on the draft and everything coming up. And to quote Peter Schrager, he says, "I'm told that Nolan Smith could go in the top 8, and I haven't seen him in any of these mock drafts." Well, Peter, let me tell you something. As I responded,
"Oh,
they aren't built like us, Pete. Hashtag experts, because obviously I had Nolan Smith going to the Eagles in my top 10. And safe to say, Peter Schrager agrees."
Wow.
Okay? So a lot of you that came at my mock draft saying, "Oh, it ain't shit," there's some of you guys out there.
Wow.
Watch how you're fucking talking to us experts, okay? We kind of know what we're talking about. We got the inside scoop. We got our sources, okay? So watch who you're speaking to. Show some respect.
Respect.
So with that being said, keep an eye out for a potential mock draft 1.9 coming out this week. Okay, I'm going to dive back in. My sources are telling me some other things. They looked at my mock draft. They're like, yeah, you kind of hit here, but there's some things that you may not know about. So let me tell you the latest. You know,
some whispers.
Let me keep you in the loop here.
Woo.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back, dive into the waters of the mock draft universe, and see what I can come up for you. I'll give you a little hint. It's not going to change too much, but it will slightly. But with that being said, we got Cowboy Brand back here.
What?
We are going to put our GM caps on, our cowboy hats.
Yeehaw. Get her done.
And we're going to go over Cowboy Brand's mock draft 1.0.
Yeah.
So I got it up on the screen.
Oh.
We'll go one by one.
Let's see.
Probably terrible quality on your end because it is on mine. But nonetheless, if you can still read it, you know who's sitting there.
A little pixelated, but
just a little pixelated there. But I don't want to, show off the rest of the list because what I learned from us going over my mock draft last time, you pretty much were able just to read the whole thing, and that was on me.
Yeah, just throw it right there.
But we're gonna keep this into surprise here. We're gonna break it down one by one. So Brendan, if you want to break down,
you know what my sources told me today.
What they tell you, brother?
Texans might not get a quarterback.
Huh.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
It is.
And then they said that, and I'm like, that makes sense. They got an offensive coordinator and a coach who was at the 49ers building.
As the other 32 teams do.
Yeah, but hear me out. 49ers could have anybody at quarterback, and we've been saying this, and that's why they got Sam Darnold as backup. Anyways, that's why they're like, let's get another edge rusher, kind of like how we did with Nick Bosa. Bam! So we got Bryce Young going to the Panthers because their connection's there. Will Anderson at 2 for the Texans. Number 3, shocker, Tyree Wilson.
Okay.
His long-ass arms. About to fly away.
So this mock, there's no trades, right? Because there's been rumors of Arizona wanting to trade out the 3. And this mock, no trades. And that's thanks to fucking PFF.
Yeah, fuck you, PFF.
Can't do any trades unless you want to pay $8, so.
I can't even have the chance. Calls are coming in, can't answer. Phone's dead.
Like, I like the Pro Football Network mock simulator, but don't look as cool as the PFF.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
So. Pro Football Network, let's work on that next season.
Figure out one season at a time. Anyways, Colts, your Colts. As Jim Irsay said, we might trade up. We might trade back. We might stay there. Or not. I don't know what we're going to do.
He did say that.
So here we are. C.J. Stroud to the Colts.
For those that don't believe in that, we do have the tweet to prove it. We'll get to that.
That seems like a good marriage to me.
I agree. They've had multiple meetings with him. Like Maranto mentioned earlier, they had another meeting with Will Levis today. I believe it is the second or third one they had with Will Levis. I believe they had 4 with C.J. Stroud, 4 or 5 with Anthony Richardson. So if you're asking me as well, if you're sitting at 4 and C.J. Stroud's on the board, I think you got to take C.J. Stroud.
You have to.
I think you know what you're getting out of him more than you would know with Anthony Richardson.
Just the IQ and the throwing ability.
Yeah.
It's there. There's not much you have to prep with him.
And I would say too, that C.J. Stroud, you could potentially throw him in early this year. Anthony Richardson, I don't know if you put him in this year unless you want him to get that on-field experience since he's only played one starting year in college. But nonetheless.
At 5, a lot of connections with these two. Jalen Carter to the Seahawks.
All right.
Number 6, they got rid of Jeff Okudah. So, just get the best cornerback in the league. Not in the league. Wow, that's crazy. That's
You're
crazy.
already putting those type of expectations on him. Jeez, you're just like some of these guys saying that Bijan Robinson's going to be getting a gold jacket. He ain't even stepped on the
$300
NFL
million
field.
guaranteed, 10
Holy
years.
Fuck, dude. Okay. Hey, Devin, no pressure.
You know what?
No pressure, Devin.
Just took a shit.
Who the fuck does
Come on, man! I ain't even thrown a pass yet.
this guy in a cowboy hat?
You know what? I haven't seen much clips, but apparently I got the confidence for
I
him.
guess
So you know what?
Okay.
Hey, I'm betting on him now.
Hopefully
I have to.
Hopefully you didn't jinx him.
I'm all in.
Devin Witherspoon to the Lions at 6.
Number 7 to the Raiders.
Oh boy.
Mayo in his coffee. Will Levis.
Peels on bananas.
Because what other team would get him? What other big city would get him? Not many. Not many.
Okay.
Also, that's such a Raider thing to do.
Seems like it. So what you're saying is that even with Jimmy G, they're committed for like 2 years. They can put pressure on him, bring in the young Will Levis, who potentially has, he's got the potential and everything.
And also, Will Levis is not touching the field this season if he does get drafted by him.
Plus you got Levis and Vegas. It feels like it kind of goes together. Like it's
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Headlines coming. With
I could also see him in that jersey.
I can see the T-shirts.
Listen, him in the Death Star making TikToks. That's all I gotta say.
Him and the who?
That's what their stadium's called, Death Star.
Oh, this is my first time hearing it. Interesting.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Number 7. Because why not the Falcons? Anthony Richardson. There it is.
So what you're saying is with these 2 picks here is that the Raiders and the Falcons are throwing out smoke screens saying that they're committed to their guys and don't plan on taking a quarterback in this draft.
Yeah. Well, they're both young. They could sit out. Besides the Falcons, I feel like they give them time, but they'll also put pressure on them.
Okay.
Light a flame. Like, hey, if you fuck up, we got a guy right here.
Well, yeah, kind of put pressure on Desmond Ridder.
Yeah. Because Jimmy G, he's going to start the year. People love Jimmy G.
People love him. All the ladies love him.
What?
Even some of the fellas.
What?
You know what I mean? Don't want to leave nobody out.
Nobody. All right. Number 9, the Bears. Da Bears. They get Peter Skronsky. All right?
Even I broke for answer. Sorry. It's an equal show. You can't leave nobody out. What do you think Noah's dad? I mean, he's going to be a father.
He said they're calling them Big Sexy now. God damn.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Big Sexy Jimmy G. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said. Dude. That's what he said.
Right. Continue on. Number 9, Chicago Bears. Bear down.
Peter Skronsky. Got to protect Justin Fields.
I like it. So far, your mock is kind of looking similar to mine.
Number 10.
Not too far off, at least.
Some might say he's top 2 best players in the draft. Bijan Robinson.
All right.
Because how far did Bryce Hall fall down last season?
Who's Bryce Hall?
Brees, sorry. Wasn't he 13?
I can't remember.
He was somewhere in the early teens. So I think that lines up with last year. Also, I don't think they need a running back. I don't think they don't want anyone else to get him.
Was Brees Hall first rounder?
I think so.
Or
was he second?
He might have been second. I could be wrong. Hey, if anyone's watching, comment in the comment section. Let us know where Brees Hall is.
Please let me know. My memory stinks.
I would look it up, but we're using the laptop to show us mock draft here.
Titans, get a tackle because they need offensive line. Bears Johnson.
Yeah, he's a dog, too.
He is. I figured, Vrabel. Dog.
Hey, Ohio State
Johnson.
as well.
Dog.
Second round.
Boom.
Second round.
Garrett Wilson first
Pick
round.
36.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we know what you meant, though.
Might have to redo this draft.
Just off of that,
Yeah.
keep going.
All right, where we at?
We're We're at the Titans. Paris Johnson Jr.
So we go to the Texans at 12. Get a wide receiver. They don't got none. Quentin Johnson.
Quentin Johnston out of TCU.
Yeah, they just need a big guy with hands. That's it.
So what they're saying about him is that he did not get an invite to draft night because they want to stay away from a potential awkward moment if he doesn't get drafted in the first round.
Oh.
They didn't seem to care when Aaron Rodgers didn't get drafted.
Didn't care.
You know, he was supposed to go 1 or 2, but he didn't get picked till like 30-something.
I think the Texans will do it.
They didn't want to save Aaron Rodgers from that awkward moment, but I don't know. I feel like I think he's going first round. I don't know. I just don't see like a lot of people are downgrading the wide receiver room for this draft, but or the class.
It's a decent room.
It's not bad.
No, not bad.
I've seen worse.
There has been worse.
But all right, Quentin Johnson to the Texans. I like it.
13. The Jets. They get a tackle.
The big bastard.
Darnell Wright. Just protect their quarterback. Makes sense to me.
Whoever the quarterback may be.
That's a different topic. 14, Patriots. Lucas Van Ness.
Like I said last week, if you see the positions edge and tight end with the Iowa logo next to it, you got a fucking guy solidified.
Got to. Heard Belichick might have a connection too, so it's probably gonna happen.
Who's your source?
I got my sources. Yeah, I got my sources.
All right.
15.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they said, Aaron, look at this.
Look what you're leaving, pal.
Hey, Aaron, fuck you, man. We're getting a wide receiver now.
Again, back-to-back seasons.
Back to back. Anyway, 16.
Oh, well, you need just no explanation, just leaving it.
Yeah, he's one of the top receivers. You wouldn't want him
Boom,
for a team that needs a receiver?
boom.
Screw you, Aaron.
That's
Pretty
hey,
much.
they love doing that to their past quarterbacks.
Screw you, Aaron. But here's $60 million.
It's the spike draft.
It is. 16, the Commanders.
Hendon Hooker in the first round, huh?
Yeah.
Left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. We just got bought out by the 76ers, and we just drafted Hendon Hooker.
Comeback player of the year. That's what I predicted.
And our team's worth $7 billion.
Boom.
Yeah.
Can they give that to a rookie? I don't know.
Ain't no way. That's because he was injured his rookie season.
Yeah, he was hurt his rookie year.
And then he came back.
Okay.
Yeah.
He could be the first, Hendon Hooker. He could be the first.
Give it to him. Come on.
But again, I
Get $100 million too. What the hell?
don't think he plays his first season.
I don't think.
Let Brissett do his thing.
They like Sam Howell, too.
Who the fuck cares about Sam Howell? Stop it.
Ron Rivera does.
Don't care. Anyways, Hendon Hooker's a guy. Next one, 17. Gotta do it. Family ties. Joey Porter Jr. to the Steelers.
I didn't make too many Steelers fans happy last week. I had them picking someone else over him.
What's wrong with you? You know the Steelers are like that. They're like, you know what?
Just being toxic.
Very,
that's all.
very up knit. I know your father. We'll get you in the building. Because they already know what type of player he is.
I can't move it, Maranto. Boom.
Damn.
Sorry. I tried. Joey Porter Jr. Family ties. Steelers.
18.
Good luck
The
saying
Lions.
Good luck saying his name. I had trouble last week.
Kalijah Cansey?
Oh, fucking boom. He's got it.
Kalijah Cansey. What's wrong with that?
I couldn't say it, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Which he's supposed to be one of the best defensive interiors in the draft.
That's what they were saying.
A little shorter body, a lot more impact. Is what I'm hearing.
Hey, I like that. Put it on a shirt.
Number 19. You don't know who your quarterback is. You obviously ain't getting him in this draft. Just get a tight end to help him out. Dalton Kincaid.
Boom. I had trouble with his name, too.
You said Kincaid. What'd you say?
Kincaid.
That's not even.
Kincaid.
Go back to English
Dalton-
class, dude.
Yeah, Dalton Kincaid. Kincaid.
What's wrong with you? Anyways, number 20. The Seahawks. Go Hawks, Nolan Smith.
Boom. Fucking dog.
A little late, I know.
Yo, literally. Dog.
Dog. Arr.
Georgia Bulldog. Thank you. Nola's dead.
Because, like you, I was going to have him at 10, but I think the upside of Bijan outweighed Nolan Smith.
I respect it. Also, lost Miles Sanders, so they need that. They need to fill the void.
They need a running back.
Excuse me, man. The fucking Moles, man.
Whoa.
Taking me out. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. 21. Can we go to L.A.?
Can you do something for me?
Getting charged up with Christian Gonzalez. Another cornerback. Why didn't they get a receiver, you ask?
I was just about to ask you that.
It's the Chargers. I don't know. It's the Chargers, literally. I literally, that's my reason.
Not a bad pick, though.
Not a bad pick. Got a good, solid corner.
Still got room to go.
Defensive coach. Makes sense.
Boom.
Number 22. Here we go again. Fuck Lamar. We already got you OBJ. That's all you need.
That's what you asked for, pal.
You get Miles Murphy. Big, long, some bitch on the edge.
Pause.
Yeah. Come. Dylan, why you gotta say that?
Pause, he said. Hey, Miles Murphy next to Roquan Smith, though, and Patrick Queen, that's dangerous.
It is. That's why I think they'll get him. Go back to the 2000s Ravens. Try to go back to that energy.
Okay.
Then 23. Why didn't they get a receiver? They got Justin Jefferson. They don't really need Osborne, I think, KJ Osborne.
KJ Osborne saved the man's life in the offseason. Shout out.
Shout out. Let him step up. See what he got. Get Brian Breesy.
Is it Brees or is it Breesy?
Breesy.
All right. Hey, Clemson back-to-back here you got.
Clemson back-to-back. That just seems like a story that'll happen in the draft, right?
I can see it.
Something random. 24, Jacksonville Jaguars. Protect Trevor Lawrence.
It's the name of the game.
Get a guy who already went to school in Florida. Osiris Torrance. Just get him. Protect your guy. Get him more time in the pocket. They have weapons. Number 25. Jordan Addison to the Giants.
All right. Big body receiver.
They need one. They need one. They got Darren Waller.
Mm-hmm.
They need another receiver. Boom.
Paris Campbell they added. Isaiah Hodgins they have.
What?
Darius Slayton.
What? Yeah, just get a young guy.
I like it. And like I said last week, too, any receiver out of USC, you can't really go wrong.
Can't go wrong. 26. Dallas Cowboys. Michael Mayer, dude. Come on. Big tight end.
Out of Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
And, yeah, they lost, what's the name? Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz.
Lost him to Houston. I don't think they really got any other tight ends, so why not there?
Why not? Because if I had Nolan Smith going 10, I was going to have them get Bijan.
Wouldn't be a bad play for them either.
It would be a Cowboys thing to do. Be like, I just get a running back.
Like
no one else wants to treat him right. We will.
Like we mentioned, there's a lot of smoke screens that get set out there, but I do remember seeing a couple weeks ago he did have a meeting or was linked with the Cowboys, Bijan. So, but I can see them taking a tight end as well.
Just another weapon for Dak.
Just another weapon for Dak to fuck up somehow.
And also, in order to get Bijan, it's more of we need a running back, and plus, fuck you guys thinking you're going to get him at 30 to the Eagles.
That's a good point.
Double down. And 27, Buffalo Bills.
Let's see the reaction out of this one.
Brian Branch.
Safety, Alabama.
Huge reaction.
That's what he fucking thinks. Get fucking Go back. Get fucking D-Hop. What the fuck are you doing getting a safety? We have Michael Hyde and Jordan Poyer. Where the fuck is our offensive line, goddammit? Noah's dad ain't happy about that.
And that's a Bills move.
Fuck
right
you, Cowboy Brent.
That's hey. You know how the Bills work. You know we stink.
Dummy. Yeah.
They were like, we need another safety. And we're gonna get him.
Brian Branch's not a bad player, though.
He's not. He also fits the nickel set. I did some homework. That's all I gotta say.
Shout out. Fucking coach, too.
Hey. Scheme fit. Culture guys and scheme fits. That's what the Bills are about.
Brian Branch, safety to the Bills. I can't wait to see the real comments that come out of this one.
I need an offensive line.
Oh! That's too damn bad.
It's not a bad pick, though, I guess.
We got one in free agency.
They did.
We did. That's why I don't think that we're going to get one in the draft.
Hey, there's a few other guys, dude. You know, second, third round. There's a few other guys I know.
Cody
Mock. Cody Mock.
Because he only have two front teeth.
Oh, yeah, that's how you say his name, because he only got two
Cody
front
Mock.
teeth. Cody Mock.
Whoa. So, yeah, we got 28.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
28.
What the hell?
Oh, what's going on there?
28. The Bongles. We got a tight end. Top two. They said, we're not going to get one in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Emmanuel Forbes.
Cornerback out of Mississippi State.
Yeah, they said, let's get another one. They go a few routes here, but I went with the cornerback route.
All right.
You know, another guy. Cover guys. That's it. Simple. It's a simple game. And then we got number 29, the Saints, Mozzie Smith. It just makes sense.
Okay.
Get Big Fokker.
Put him on the
Get to
line.
the quarterback.
Boom.
That's it.
Simple as that.
I thought
30.
I thought it was an N.
Come on.
I did.
Come.
Like,
Wow.
Come.
what's his name?
Come on. What's your deal?
I gotta get new glasses.
You need some new readers
like,
there.
What the hell did I spend all that money on the surgery for? That's terrible.
Oh my God.
It looked like an N. What can I say?
Anyway, try to move on from that. Who's picking at 30?
The Eagles. They end up getting Zay Flowers.
Of course they do somehow.
Of course they do somehow. Typical Eagles play.
That's Moranto's guy.
I really wanted him.
Zay Flowers?
Yeah.
He loves Zay Flowers because of his name. He don't even know what school he went
I
to.
know nothing about him.
Without looking
I know
at
nothing
it.
about it. I just think he's just a great NFL name.
You know what? He is. That's why we're not going to get him.
Wide receiver.
Yeah, we don't need a wide receiver. We got a 30-year-old.
Oh!
And a other guy that can't catch. So we don't need a wide receiver.
And that's the Bills.
Wide receiver out of Boston College, Zay Flowers.
How you incorporate a flower into a TD dance?
I can show you.
You think he has one tucked in the field goal post? Oh! The flowers fall on him?
He's got him in his pocket.
Oh, if he throws up the pedals, that'd be awesome.
If your last name is Flowers, you got to have flowers on you.
He had different flowers each time.
Who's picking last here in your mock draft 1.0 Cowboy Brand?
The Chiefs. With the 31st pick, Will McDonald.
The fourth.
Yeah? Because they said, we're not paying Frank Clark. Let's get another guy in there.
Boom.
That's it. Simple game.
And that was Brother Bren's, Cowboy Bren's mock draft 1.0.
That's it. What are your thoughts?
It's interesting. I mean, I'm not really one to say because we act like experts. We know the draft is always crazy. There's going to be shit that we don't expect.
That's why I threw a lot of unexpected shit on there.
Right. So I'm not going to shoot any of them down, but here comes a but.
But
Just from hearing what I got a few bullet points. Just from what Atlanta's saying with Desmond Ridder, I don't know if they get Anthony Richardson. They very well could if he slips. I think they wouldn't have a choice if he does slip that far.
That's why I did that.
Same with Will Levis, too. It's just like Jimmy G's there for 2 years. I could be
Only
wrong
2
about that,
years.
too. Yeah, you're right.
He starts one.
You're just asking. I'm answering. That's all I'm doing. Jackson Smith, that would be big for Jordan Love as well. So I don't hate on that. That'd be a great pickup for them.
And also, their receivers are outside. I don't think they have a guy inside. He's more of an inside guy.
Yeah, they did lose Lazard, too.
Boom.
So it makes more sense. Hendon Hooker, he said he wouldn't play a year with Washington. I don't know.
Listen, let him heal. At least most of the season, right? Let Jacoby cook.
Yeah, but they said that Sam Howell might start.
Fuck him. Fuck him, dude.
Fuck him, that's it.
Fuck him.
What else? Any of this could happen. I like your top 6 for sure.
All right, top
A lot
6.
of them make sense. A lot of people aren't going to be happy with the Brian Branch one. I'll just say that. I can see him being a better fit with potentially the Bengals or the Giants. Bengals because they did lose Von Bell and Jesse Bates. Maybe he falls.
He's
there.
also after the Bills, but yeah.
I just think if you're Buffalo, you got to get a lineman or some type of linebacker or something.
We get one.
That was a surprise for me.
We get one second round.
That was your big. That was the biggest surprise for me. Brian Branch in Buffalo.
Boom. Just hear me out. I did some research. Both of them have 2-year contracts. Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer.
And in 2 years, I feel terrible right now.
What are you trying to say?
I don't hate that pick.
Hamlin.
Don't. DeMar Hamlin.
You forgot the guy's name?
I knew it. I just fucking
You
blanked
just
on it. DeMar will be back in 2 years, probably.
2 years?
Probably.
Also, there's
You
two
don't think
positions.
they won't. They're not saying he'll be back this year at some point.
This season, I don't think so.
No.
Shot.
That's what they're saying.
Ain't no way.
Yeah. He did get cleared to play at some point. I just don't think it's going to be that soon. But, yeah, maybe Hamlin and
Cause also, I think
Brian Branch after Hoyer and Hyde hang it up.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. What?
No matter what, people are mad. Anyway.
No matter what, yeah, you can't make nobody happy.
Nope. Everybody's a bunch of jerks.
So there's probably people in Carolina saying, we don't fucking want Bryce Young.
he stinks.
He's too short.
He's as tall as me. It's like I'm out there.
He's too short. It's like Doug Flutie.
That's really what you. That's what you're.
I'm just agreeing with
Oh.
you. I don't even know who we're talking about.
Oh.
What are we talking about?
That one guy.
Bryce
that
Young.
guy.
the-
Oh, yeah,
the
that guy.
short
He's too short.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's Brennan's mock draft 1.0.
That was amazing.
That was good.
So
That's what happens when you do
how
research.
how different is it from yours? You think? How many were? Do you have any roughly? How many do you think were roughly the same from one of your previous ones?
Well, just off the top of my head,
Probably about half.
I had Bryce Young.
What?
So I'm just gonna match it up with the player and the team and position. Bryce Young, Panthers. Jalen Carter, Seahawks. Oh, maybe it's not the. I did have Bijan go to the Eagles, but I had him.
I saw that.
I had him going at 30. I had Tennessee going with a tackle, but instead of Johnson, I had Darnell Wright.
Yeah, 'cause I think he had Johnson going a little earlier, right?
Yeah, Johnson going to the Lions, but then I had the Texans getting a receiver, JSN.
Yeah.
I had the Jets going with a tackle.
Because I feel like, oh my God, JSN would be the first one off, but it's the Texans. So I was like, they got to fuck up somehow.
I had him going to the Texans, but I also had Houston selecting C.J. Stroud. That's why I had that matchup. I had the Steelers taking a cornerback. I think that's pretty much it.
Because I told you I did 2. and that one I felt was more with what I was thinking. The second one, I had the Steelers getting Christian Gonzalez and the Ravens getting Joey Porter Jr. Just because.
Yeah, I think
that's a Ravens thing to do.
I had Pittsburgh getting Devon Witherspoon.
I don't think he's going to drop that late, though.
Yeah, well, now stay tuned for Tank's mock draft 1.9.
1.9.
Oh, yeah. Coming this week, maybe tonight. Maybe not tonight. It's going to be a long night. But
it's too early to put 2 out?
We'll have to wait and see because I told myself I wouldn't make another one, but my sources are telling me that I have to.
So, like, you're still at 1.
Dude, now that I'm getting support from Peter Schrager, I got to make another one.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It's constantly changing. Lots of information changing.
The landscape is
Yes, the landscape has changed.
shifting.
Because also, there's too many questions. Are Texans going to get a quarterback? Are they going to trade out? The Cardinals going to trade out? That's the first questions there. And then, I got to look at the teams. Jalen Carter, who's going to risk it, right?
I think he's going top 10 for sure.
He has to, but how far is he going to drop? Because he's the best defensive player, easily.
Second best player overall, they're saying.
Overall, yeah. From the sources. Quarterbacks, besides the top 2, how far are they dropping? Because obviously I had Levis and Richardson going 7 and 8.
Right. So now my question is, since the recent word.
What's the word?
Is that C.J. Stroud potentially might slip in this draft. I don't know if this is straight bullshit or smoke screens or whatever you want to call it.
That's what I heard, which is why I did my draft that way today.
How true do you think this is, and how far do you I mean, obviously you got him going forward, so I think that's how far you got him going, but do you see, so let's say it plays out like Bryce Young goes 1, which I think that's officially going to happen, as we've seen today, that he's not planning any other visits with any other teams. He only met with Carolina and Houston. Will Anderson goes 2, or not even Will Anderson, any defensive player goes 2 to the Texans, being that D'Amico Ryans is defensive coach. He kind of wants to build his team off of defense.
Yeah.
So now C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, and Will Levis are available. I think someone trades up to 3 to get Stroud. I think there's going to be quite the spark to get that 3rd overall pick.
But also, I know I said it on the social medias about Bryce Young.
Mm-hmm.
There aren't too many Ohio State quarterbacks that have been that good either.
Right, Moranto mentioned that last week.
Like the recent one, Justin Fields. He's good. He's a guy. But track record between those 2 schools, not too many quarterbacks come out of those schools.
They're definitely a system quarterback, but you got to think of it like this, too. That narrative sort of changed once Ryan Day took the helm over there at Ohio State. I mean, he plays, if you think about it, too, in this perspective, the NFL is more fast-paced than it's ever been offensively.
Yeah.
And a lot of their offensive schemes and play styles are kind of built off of the college game.
That's why I'm kind of iffy about saying that.
Yeah, I feel like the narrative's going to start changing. I mean, no other college really has quite the receiving core like Ohio State does.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure that helps them a lot too, but I think the narrative is going to start to change.
So, like, recently, you got Justin Fields, right? And then Bama-wise, Tua and Mac Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Mac Jones, all right, we're still not sure on. Tua's decent when he's on the field.
I tell you, just a quick note, you could judge Mac Jones off of this season. But that's a different topic.
I agree.
But continue.
And then there's a few guys like Jalen Hurts. I'm not going to count him. He only played, a season or 2 at Bama?
Yeah.
He didn't finish there. So the final product wasn't from Bama. Boom.
Okay.
That's my thoughts on that.
So do you think it's bullshit or not?
About what? The
CJ
Stroud? I think the teams that want to believe it will. It also depends on who said it.
Right, because the more, so pretty much started with Michael Lombardi. I know I mentioned him a lot because I watch a lot of his podcasts and keep up to date with his content and everything. I mean, he knows he's got plenty of sources, man. Former GM, he's still kind of connected in. Last week, he mentioned that there could be a possibility where the Texans don't take a quarterback at 2 and they don't necessarily fall in love with any of these guys. And they kind of have the roster to build up for the next year's draft for either Caleb Williams or Drake May.
And Davis Mills isn't terrible.
No, he can win you some games. I mean, they also paid Case Keenum, too, which kind of makes me believe, like, okay, if you're paying him money and you still got Davis Mills under contract.
They're just going to roll with him.
Right. So
the classic 49er
it's starting
way.
to make more sense. So Michael Lombardi dropped that last week, and it started to pick up throughout the week. So I do think there could be a scenario where C.J. Stroud could fall to 3 or 4, but I feel like if he's available at 3, if you're Indianapolis, do you take the gamble on letting him hang around, see if he can fall to you at 4? I don't know. Because, I mean, we mentioned you got Vegas taking the quarterback here and Atlanta. So do you think one of them could possibly want to trade up and see if they can get C.J. Stroud? Because I think one of the reasons why they're not committed to any of these quarterbacks in this draft is because they probably don't believe C.J. Stroud will be available.
So let's take that scenario, and I'm going to ask you a question. So let's assume let's assume it's first round, first 2 guys go, Stroud's still there after the second pick, right? Which teams would try to trade up to get into 3 or 4 that wouldn't try, like literally in the middle of the draft? Who do you think?
I'd probably say the Buccaneers. But
Really?
I feel like they're too late in the draft, so I don't think they would unless they give up a good amount of assets.
To Arizona, right?
Yeah. Because I don't know too many other teams. Like the Raiders, like visiting-wise, they've been talking to these quarterbacks, but they do have Jimmy G. And like I said, if they do get one,
It's going to kind of fall to them.
yeah, because they have Jimmy G, they aren't in need of one right now.
Right.
But looking into the future wise, all right, if there's one there, kind of like the Patriots way, if there's one there, we'll get him.
You could argue Seattle maybe, but I just don't see Arizona trading with Seattle and letting them get their draft spot to draft their franchise quarterback of the future.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of count Seattle out. Shit, maybe Detroit, but
If I'm Detroit, I'm sticking with Jared Goff. He put up good numbers.
right. But
It's been
yeah,
working.
The thing with C.J. Stroud, like I mentioned earlier, like he's kind of one of those guys you could throw in and he could play now.
That's true. That is true.
So I think it's just like Indianapolis, dude. I think you would think that they would kind of fall in love with him after meeting with him like 4 times.
You would think, but who knows?
I think their guys are going to end up being C.J. Stroud or Anthony Richardson in the end, but I feel like if Stroud has slipped to 3, I think you just got to go trade for him.
You think so?
I mean, it's my opinion.
I think I agree with the Colts. I feel like that's a team where I could see them like, we got to get somebody.
Because really no one else is.
Because everything else that they tried ain't working. So
Yeah.
they're kind of desperate.
They're just not
Based on like things that haven't gone well, they've got to show we got to try. This is what we've been doing ain't working. We got to get a quarterback.
And I don't think the Commanders will move up just because.
They got so much else wrong with that team. I don't
Yeah.
think they're gonna. They're some teams either have, in my mind, some of the teams don't like the Detroit's not desperate. But like Camp is kind of desperate. I think you're right about that. I'm trying to think who else. The Colts need somebody desperately. But some of those other teams are probably afraid to trade up if they need more than just the quarterback because they also don't have this or they don't have
But now with that
But I
being
feel
said,
like the Colts seem like makes a lot of sense.
but now with that mindset, now if you're Indianapolis and you kind of get that feeling from the other teams, do you even not even bother trading up to 3?
And you hope that he's still there.
Yeah,
Because
because like we mentioned,
Who's third?
they're not idiots. They
Cardinals.
know.
Third?
Yeah, Cardinals.
And they
They don't need a quarterback.
don't need a quarterback. So you're right. Like so, Colts almost make sense that they don't. If he's still there, it's like so because when you're looking at this,
Just ignore the players on there.
I know I'm looking at just the teams. So 1 and 2 both definitely need a quarterback, right?
Not even 2. That's why
2 probably
but
doesn't.
but
So
this is why we're in this scenario because
so if I'm the Colts, will they take Bryce Young if Stroud goes first?
I feel like somebody would trade up for him. I just don't know who. I mean, it's sort of the same scenario.
So the Texans would be the one that would trade out.
But now here's the thing. Another word was that if the only quarterback the Texans really want out of here is Bryce Young. So if Stroud goes first, then they take Bryce Young. So regardless, the only options after that is Richardson and Levis.
Yep.
But the reason why we're in this scenario is because if Houston or if Carolina, which I think it's solidified now, Bryce Young's going 1.
Yeah, him not taking any other visits.
Right.
You know.
And D'Amico Ryan's pretty much a defensive-minded coach, wants to build his defense up, wants to build his defense around this franchise defensive player here. Yeah, I don't know. Do you take the gamble and sit at 4, see if Stroud is still available? I don't know. That's something. Like, the Colts aren't known for taking that home run swing like that. That's why I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't think they will just because there is other options.
And we won't know until draft night because they pretty much keep everything in-house.
Meaning Hendon Hooker. Because if Stroud's gone, you just move back.
They could too.
Or you could draft Levis or Richardson. Richardson's more of a project than the other two. And then I feel like Levis wouldn't fit.
I don't know. I can see Levis fitting, but I just don't know if they want to take the risk on him. I don't know.
If I'm them, I wouldn't. I'd move back a little bit.
Let's go straight to the source. Let's talk with the owner of the team. Here's what Jim Irsay says. For the 2023 draft, we have many options. No, let me start over.
Do it.
For the 2023 draft, we have many options, brother. With the number 4 pick, we could stay put and take a quarterback, brother. Or trade up and take a quarterback.
Ooh.
Or trade down and maybe take a quarterback. Or not, brother. All options.
Run this guy over.
All options on the table.
A lot of
But
wars.
we like our position and are very excited, brother. Fire up.
Fire up.
With these low-quality photos he posted. So now...
more oars than a Viking pirate ship.
Hard. That's Jim Irsay. I love it. I love seeing shit like what other owners putting this type of shit?
Fire up. And I love it ends with fire up. That's great.
It's just a smoke screen.
That's definitely him tweeting this.
This guy's
or
a
telling
jerk.
I love it.
Like if I'm this is like texting nothing. He might.
That's why
this
it's
text
great.
is as useful as if he had texted absolutely nothing.
That's the Colts, baby.
No, yeah.
You ain't gonna know nothing.
That's hilarious. Mind your own effing business.
Hey, did you text Jim? Yeah, this is what he said.
That's
Jimmy
pretty funny.
from the
Oh, okay.
So let's
That is hilarious.
let's be some trolls, okay?
Okay.
So let's go back to it. Let's think of the order he posted these photos in.
Ah, yes.
Oh!
So obviously we go left to right. He put Anthony Richardson 1 here.
Oh.
CJ Stroud 2.
That's a misdirection, though.
Maybe.
By putting him first, he wants you to think
Yeah.
that he's putting
Hold
him
on.
first.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. So Anthony Richardson put first, CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, and then Will Levis. But now let's think of it this way, because when you go to put pictures in your tweet, So everyone you click first is in that reverse order we see here. Sometimes that's how it works.
This is true.
So we're gonna have to test. Brandon's Cowboy Brandon's gonna test us right now.
All right now, brother.
So if we're going by that concept, it goes Will Levis, Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, and Anthony Richardson. Which I pray to God that is not
picking Will Levis
not the
first.
case.
I can't. If there's no way he can pick Will Levis if there's other guys there. You're in. You got the 4th pick.
It just.
Oh no! So go tweet like you're making a tweet right now.
Oh no, you're right. You know what
I mean?
Yeah. Cause it'll be.
Guy knows his social media.
He's gonna do it. So act like you're posting pictures. We got no camera on this, so.
Well, you could put it on.
Oh no! Back it up! Cancel it.
Back it up.
We're gonna put it on this overhead here.
Put it in there.
Back it up. Here, I'll use the same pictures.
Okay.
Put it on the table there.
Hold on.
He's taking Jim Irsay's pictures that he tweeted.
Oh.
Save.
Yeah,
So we get it
we
back.
don't want it. I don't want anything by accident.
Save.
I don't know what kind of pictures they were taking on that trip.
Cowboy hats.
It's all boots.
Hey, yo.
We didn't even talk about the boots.
We did.
He bought some damn nice
You
boots.
got 'em on right
I
now?
was about
He's
to.
wearing them.
Hey.
Put them on the table.
Those boots are nice.
Overhead shot, please.
Overhead shot. You want me to break my ankle?
Oh!
Damn, that's nice.
I reckon you come around here
There you
often.
go.
I reckon.
Those are nice.
Holy shit.
Some nice detailing.
Oh no, he got
Cramp.
You might.
just injured him.
Hold on.
He just pulled a groin. He's out. He's out 10 to 12 weeks.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. Overhead.
Let's
got him?
Let's go home. Let's do this.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh,
Tilt it a little
with
bit.
your
There you go.
foot-
No, it's
okay.
all right. There you
All
go.
Okay, so what we doing? Boom. Then we go back. Boom, boom, boom. Add. Let's just post it. Let's
just
just.
tweet it
Yeah, you can always delete it.
at Brandon Lettieri.
You're right.
So Richardson's first.
Okay.
Well, that proves it.
We might have just figured out the Da Vinci's code here.
Boom.
Irsay's code. Noel's
Boom.
dead. We just figured it out, I think.
I gotta get him back on the screen.
Fuck you, Jim Irsay.
Damn.
Go get your cloth and your glass tables.
And your bananas.
And your bananas and eat the fucking peel on them,
Eat the
brother.
peel on the banana.
Okay. We just figured that out. And also, we don't see Lamar Jackson involved here, so that's out the window.
Out the window. Or just put it back on the table because I know I said this before. Commanders' new owners, you think they're going to be like, hey, just get Lamar. Just get Lamar, dude. Get a quarterback. We'll finally be good.
I was joking when
It's a great fan move.
I was gonna say
Get some
maybe
fans back in the house.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe one of Dan Schneider's last moves would be to sign Lamar Jackson to a fully guaranteed deal and just sell the team after that. Leave it up to them to figure out.
Yeah.
Make
You got the
him-
money.
Make him the highest paid. Oh, you buying my team? Oh, you could afford that. You could afford this too, bitch.
Boom.
Lamar Jackson, $300 million.
300. Whoa.
Y'all can figure it out. Congratulations, Lamar. All right, so yeah, NFL draft 10 days, as we just talked about. Whole lot could happen.
Whole lot could happen.
Let's remember,
Or a whole lot of nothing.
or a whole lot of nothing. Who knows? So
That's
let's
true.
remember, people on Twitter, we are not all experts unless you are part of this program, because there's only experts on this program. Okay.
Y'all saw my boots.
You saw the boots,
I'm a professional,
right? But no, seriously,
Seriously.
we don't know shit, dude. Like, not even most of the network guys.
We just like to think we know.
Malik Willis was supposed to go top 6 last year. Did we all forget that?
Who?
Malik Willis.
No, exactly.
He ended up getting
Who?
drafted in the 3rd round. Okay? So let's keep this in mind. Whatever's getting put out there could be absolute bullshit.
Just because, he could kind of throw the ball, a little mobile. You know what? He's a nice guy. Gave his clothes to the homeless guy.
He did do that.
He's his first rounder. Top 5. Nah.
So that's
Third
10
round.
days away. Monday, well, keep an eye out for Tank's mock 1.9. And head to socials and let us know what you think about Brennan's 1.0.
Let us know.
Stay positive, please.
Except for that goddamn Buffalo Bills pick.
He did his fucking research.
You're a goddamn idiot. What are you doing? Your first night stunk.
Fire everybody.
Fire everybody.
Trade for Cooper Kupp.
Yes, sir.
Not going to talk about nothing else. And maybe we'll be joined by, not on the show, but in real life, there'd be a new life here. Brought to this earth.
Wow.
Created by this man here. Fucking egghead motherfucker.
Sorry about it.
Perspective-wise, I'm just going to say that babies have big heads. So, like, in some, this is almost the scale. Big head, little body.
You know what he's got to say about that?
Fuck you, Miranda.
Boom.
How quick before he puts a Bills jersey on that kid?
My baby's got a normal-sized head.
I don't know. That might be up to the mom. She might not let that one fly. Nola's mom.
No.
Shout out to
She's got a lot of work to do.
Yes, sir. So does he. Respectfully.
Yeah.
I mean, then.
Yeah.
When we were having our kids, I never said
Here we
we
go.
were
Father
having
story.
a kid. I never said we. I said, we're going to have children, but I never, I was very careful how I said the we, because Miss Morano is like, what are you doing? I'm having the kid. You're going to be a dad after, but, I'm doing all the work right now. So don't just act like you're doing anything now. I'm doing all the hard stuff.
With that being said, congratulations.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for him.
Nola's parents. Maybe we'll have them live, probably not, but maybe it'll be a surprise. But next week we will do a full NFL draft special. Maybe some guests, maybe not. We'll see how that plays out. But let's take a look. Let's get our crystal ball out here. Look towards past the NFL draft and look towards June.
Yeah.
So if we want to go back to the screen here, let's take a look on FanDuel here. The NBA championship odds. What stands out to you, Brandon? Let me run through it real quick. So we got the Celtics plus 280, Bucks plus 310, Suns plus 550, Sixers plus 900, Nuggets plus 950, Warriors plus 1,000, Lakers plus 1,500, Grizzlies plus 3,000, Clippers plus 3,000, Knicks plus 3,200, and so on. For those of you watching at home, you can read the screen. For those listening, sorry about it. Look it up. What do you like there? If you want to scoot back into your frame.
That's pretty. I'd say that's pretty accurate. There's nothing that really jumps at me.
The Bucks one kind of surprises me because the whole back contusion thing. We don't know when Giannis is coming back.
Also, even if he was, you probably couldn't stop him.
No, I'm just saying, since we don't know when he's coming back, I thought the odds would fall a little bit. You know what I mean?
That probably changed once it's set in
Official,
stone.
yeah.
Right now.
So if you were to make one pick right now, I know when we had Josh on, what was it, 2 months ago or something? We all made our picks. I said the Lakers. You had.
I think I said the Celtics.
You had the Mavericks.
Oh, that's what I said.
The who?
That's who I would like to follow. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
You said Celtics championship.
They tanked.
Yeah.
They did do that. They know the program.
How about a underdog Lakers against the Celtics? Oh,
That'd be a good finals.
it would, right?
So who you got? You
Celtics.
picking one right now, Celtics?
To
To win it all. I know you said you haven't been watching much, so you might be changing your mind later on.
So my thing is, right? I've been seeing a lot of LeBron shit going around. How this would kind of be the season for him to get another one. Just to say, I'm that motherfucker, dude. I'm him. I'm the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
But also, the Lakers are just so injury prone. It's like there's no supporting cast, even though there is. It's a weird dynamic.
Hey, I know you've been out of the loop. So let me catch you up a little bit. So, game 1 the other night, they showed they could win without him being the top dog.
So I heard about Austin Reeves.
Hachimura dropped 29.
Oh!
D. Russ was hitting shots, too. Anthony Davis did his thing. LeBron didn't really have to do too much.
Well, then I lied. LeBron, he's winning another one. That's it.
There you have it. Pro Lakers show.
Boom!
Noah's dad, I know he don't think so. Fuck the Lakers, they're bums. That's what he says. I don't know who. He would probably pick the Cavaliers, because why not?
Because why not?
It's his favorite team.
Favorite team.
Inside joke.
I think he sold it on the show.
He did tell it on the show.
He did. Inside, not so inside.
You get it.
You guys get it, home. You get it.
So, yeah, that's today's program. It was good to have you back, man.
It was good to be back.
I mean, had the whole staff
Even Dylan.
back in the house.
Wow.
So, what do we have coming up? We got something cooking.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
Dummy, and it does reference to that. So if you can pick up on those cues there, you'll figure it out. Stay tuned for the next month or so. We got some big news coming up. Just doing nothing but growing. That's all we're doing here.
Huge.
So stay connected with us at TankTalk_pod on all social media platforms. Mainly TikTok. We love the TikTok.
We love TikTok.
That's probably one of our better platforms
Has to be.
here and there. Instagram been picking up a little bit.
Oh.
Picking up a little steam. But
Oh.
nonetheless, stay connected with us on all social platforms at TankTalk_pod. We're still giving away an NFL jersey. Our subscriptions are going up. We're getting closer to 125, so be a friend, tell a friend about us and
the jersey.
our sports stoogery.
What?
Subscribe to our channel here at TankTalk_pod. Tank Talk Podcast on the YouTube for a chance to win an NFL player jersey of your choosing. As you can see, Buffalo Dill, Nola's dad, is wearing his choice. Oh! Josh Allen, brother.
America's quarterback.
So head to our socials, stay up to date. Give us a subscription here. Want to give a huge shout out to all listeners on Apple Pod and Spotify.
Huge.
I know you don't want to see our faces here on YouTube. Can't really blame you. Got the cameras crack almost every other week. Got to pay the bill here at Emerge. Sorry about that, Maranto. We're trying to work on that.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, who's that talking?
I'm just checking out the YouTube.
Maybe just check it out, huh?
Hey,
Subscribe or something.
I can't get away from hearing my own voice, man. I hear it enough on a daily basis.
You probably
Starting
keeps you up at night.
Now it's starting to haunt me. Go comment once Brennan's mock draft 1.0 is on the socials. Let us know your thoughts.
It's not that bad, guys.
Not
Just
that
be
bad.
open-minded.
Just fucking be open-minded to these things, all right?
And I'm not wrong until draft day.
Let him know how he helped your team get better. Positivity takes us a long way. My mock 1.9 will be coming out this week or next week. We shall see. We might even go over that next week's episode.
Oh!
Big draft week next week. Big show next week.
I can't wait
So
for
we
it.
shall see you then.